very common step I often do after working with balance with the tones for the highlights and shadows is selective color, simply because it gives me the opportunities of balancing right between the hue I really want to achieve. So let's create the selective color, and we can call this maybe color corrections, because the colors are still not really perfect. So once I set the tones for the image, I actually work with the corrections the same amount of time as with the tones, probably, just to make it perfect. I'm going to change blending mode to color, and let's just see how does it work. As you can see, whether I move the cyan, I can add more cyan into blue color, the same about magenta. So we can choose every single selective color and work with this. If I would choose yellows, that would probably be more affecting for the face, as you can see. So this gives me opportunities of working with really many colors to achieve the result I really want. So okay, as I have this already open, well, I closed it just by accident. So once again, and I'm going to start with blues. What I want to do with blue, I'm going to just measure the hue I have already here. It's 228, and I think there's possibility that I could knock it down maybe. For sure I want this blue color to get even deeper. So I'm checking if that is suitable, if it go more into cyan values or into blue. And as the cyan look really nice on the blue, I think it's too different from the trousers. So we want something to make it more similar right now. Don't really worry about the color banding. You probably can see this as well. It happens, especially this huge image and has a lot of different lights. So sometimes it is visible in Photoshop, though once we create a stamp layer on the top, I was saying this before, the issue will be resolved. So let's see how we got with the colors. It's a little stronger, a little deeper, the blue color. I don't want to go into purples really. Let me see what can I do with yellows more, and rather go with the yellows that way, because I'm really paying attention to the background over here. I don't want it to become red or in any sense, so I would rather be careful, I meant to say. Okay, so the color I believe is a little darker, still blue, less cyan, more blue color, something I wanted to get myself into a little bit. So that would be the first, and then we can actually work a little bit on the face. On the face tones, I would like to improve her face colors. It has some weird coloration at first, so I want to do something with it. I want to see what will look actually better for this image. What I would do, I would create another selective color, make it as a C number 1, as a corrections number 1, and let's see what could we achieve with this. I would go to select and choose the color range, because I want to work a little bit on the highlights over here this time. It's taken a while now, because once again it's a really huge image to work with, and I'm going with sampled colors, and I'm just going to choose this eyedropper and see the sample somewhere here, and it defined well the highlights. So let's hit OK, and we'll try to define highlights a little bit better, maybe take down some of the cyan color from the yellows. We will really see. So let's go to yellows, and let me have a look how at first it does looks like. So there was a lot of cyan actually. You can actually see how does it affect in the face. And also I don't think magenta will be right over here, but a little bit more yellow in this area. For the highlights, I felt there was too much yellows in this area particular and too much cyan. Yeah, I like the color right now. It was too yellowish for me before, and now the highlights are nicer defined into the white colors as the highlights supposed to be. So I like where we got. I'm just worried about the background. I didn't want it to lose too much, but it seems to be alright. And maybe I would create one more selective color with C number 2. And I will see how can I work with this bone over here. Once again, select and color range. And we'll see what we can achieve. So, sampled colors, and I'll choose the color which is more like red, and I will try to work with this a little bit more. We will see what we can achieve. Of course, this is just sort of example of the way of working. Let's have a look. Red colors and orange colors well affected, so let me try to work with reds a little. Let's have a look how it would do. This is of course way too much. Trying to see how it will do for the image. That would be way too much. The face is getting red actually. I sort of like it. Sort of like the way the bone is getting. Just want it to be more supple. I don't want it to make it that strong really. I think a bit less cyan. And on that, and just less opacity. And that would be pretty much corrections I'm happy about. Color C. And let's have a look. From the distance, there will be a very small difference probably to notice, but the image is now much better in the terms of something I want to see.